Hi guys, good to see you again in the channel. Have you ever heard about the quote from Eleanor Roosevelt, "Learn from the mistakes of the other, you can't live long enough to make them all yourself"? In this video, I'm gonna share with you some simple lessons that I wish I knew when I was younger that would have helped me in better managing my money. With this simple lesson, I promise they will have a terrific impact on your life if you start to implement them from day one. So let's jump straight into it. In a survey conducted years ago, the majority of the Americans interviewed replied that they managed to save approximately 10% a month of their income, despite having an average target of 20%. This is because the typical rule is the classical 50-30-20. However, most of the time the want ends up deepening into the savings and reducing, if not cancelling out, the 20%. But what if we inverted the pyramid? What if we reverse engineer the formula and start from the end? Then it would look like 50% savings, 30% needs and 20% wants. But wait, not that easy, man. Of course, those percentages depend on the size of the pie we are dividing. A person earning $2,000 per month would struggle to come up with 50% saving allocation if he also wants to live, of course. On the contrary, a person earning $10,000 a month could probably potentially afford even a higher percentages to saving. So how do we know the percentage of our income we can allocate to savings and therefore to investments? So let's go through a simple example. Let's assume Mark is earning $2,000 per month. The first step is to get in full control of the expenses to be able to distinguish between the needs and the wants. Mark looks at the current account and credit card statement of the past 6 months and puts a label on each expenses. He also adds a color to distinguish between the needs and the wants. The idea is to get in full control of the spendings by understanding the amount of the expenses that are a necessity that therefore cannot be eliminated from those that are just a want and therefore can be controlled. So Mark needs looks like this: a mortgage 500, clothes 100, food 400, transportation 100, bills 200, for a total of 1,300. Now Mark turns to the wants and realizes that his monthly extra account for 500. So in terms of monthly income, the needs account for 65%, whereas the wants for 25%, leaving only 10% to the savings. The next step for him is to look at the percentage of the wants and create a slight incentive to reduce them. So in our example, the wants are equal to 500 a month, so 25% of the monthly income. Mark decides to reduce them by 10%, so 300 instead of 500. Of course, the decision about the new target depends on the level of discipline and commitment, but I would suggest starting at least from a 5% reduction. So now Mark's pyramid looks like this. The next step is the implementation. We take an average of 40,000 decisions a day, which can expose us to impulsive reaction and bad decision making. By automatizing the process, we can get rid of those possible mistakes. So the process for Mark in this case would look like this: get paid $2,000, automatically transfer 20% to the saving account. From his saving account, automatically transfer 10% to the investment account. This leaves 10% in the saving account, which can create a contingency buffer over time. Put a limit on the credit card equal to the needs plus the wants, so 1,300 plus 300, which equals 1,600. Start saving $27.4 a day, or alternatively $850 a month, starting from when you are in your 20s, and forget about it. $30 a day is as simple as passing on a dinner for a week, or driving a cheaper car, cooking instead of buying takeaway foods, passing on an evening out with your friend. The pyramids weren't built by ancient aliens, and millionaires don't have to get lucky. Invest the sum and the interest received in a bond, delivering a 4% yield per annum. You will have 1 million by the age of 55. The compounding is the first and most important rule you need to master in finance, but also in life. The rule of 72 indicates how long will it take to your money to double by taking the compounding effect into account. In 1494, Luca Pacioli indicates that in order to know how many years you have to wait for your investment to double, you just need to take 72 and divide it by the expected return of your investment. So, for instance, if you invest in a 5% government bond and keep on doing that consistently, it will take you 14.4 years for any capital to double in value. As we keep on repeating in this channel, the key is to spend less than what you earn, start to invest as soon as possible your savings, and be patient, as the compounding will do the magic. So that's it for today, but before leaving, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, but it can really make a difference for us. Cheers and see you next time.